What's going on? It's your man Ringo. We back again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You already done know what it is. Got to get into this content. Do what we got to do. Let me set up this stuff first so that we on point. Make sure I set up the live chat for members only. Again, you want to join the comments. Make sure that you become a channel member. Only people allowed in my chat are channel members that actually rock with the platform, support the work, and or want to join the conversation and be a civilized human being. We don't got no time for trolls. We don't got no time for uncivilized people who don't know how to have conversations without attacking people and all that goofy stuff. Right? Over here we grown. This is grown folks' business. So if you're not a grown folk, you don't belong here. So, welcome to the stream, guys. Shout out to Marilyn, Edward, what's going on? We're going to be breaking down this video. Judge Mathis pretty much shares his, his thoughts about the Nolan Wells situation. And, I got a lot to say because a lot of people, let me make this clear. I think a lot of people, they don't understand my position when it comes to this. I don't support Nolan Wells. Do you understand? I don't support his family. At no point have I ever came out and says, I'm fighting for justice for Nolan Wells. No, I'm not. You know why? Because the family are grifters. Nolan died by a freak accident. His family is greedy for money. And the black community are blinded by these lies that are out here. So my job is to debunk all the lies. I'm not one of these NPCs. I'm not one of these YouTubers that are just acting like they care about this kid when they don't. They just want to make money. So could you folks, please stop trying to make it seem like I'm trying to defend Nolan Wells. I'm not in support of Nolan Wells or his family. His family created a race war on social media. You can't see? I'm trying to bring people together. They're dividing everybody. They're blaming his friends for his death when there were thousands of people on that island. You got Ben Crump, who is a grifter and a race hustler. You got people saying that Nolan Wells' family is not trying to make this a race issue when they hired a civil rights attorney. Now, why would you hire a civil rights attorney if it's not a race issue? Maybe I'm just stupid. But the last time I checked, if you hire a civil rights attorney, you just made it a race issue. So why are people so dumb? Why are people so dumb that they can't understand that? I got to come out and I got to explain these things to adults. If you're the type of person who gets offended at the truth, don't even waste your time viewing. Because over here, I keep everything real. I'm tired of talking to kids, man. See, the problem with social media, man, is we're trying to have conversations with people that have no brains, bro. That's why I'm trying to do my content so that I can build an audience of people that are educated, civilized, that can think, people that use logic, people that can use deductive reasoning skills to, eliminate the junk, the lies, people that can have civil discourse without attacking one another personally. I'm trying to have those kind of viewers, man. But it's difficult to find those people. Like on social media, you have a lot of NPCs and weirdos that just want to argue with you all day. So I don't know if you guys know, but Ben Crump and Judge Mathis are good friends, that says a lot. Because if Judge Mathis is good friends with Ben Crump, birds of a feather flock together. And it's like when I look at people like Judge Mathis, right? He kind of remind me of like the D.L. Hughley's. I can't stand that guy. Like this dude, anytime there's an issue, you see D.L. Hughley come out with some word. Like I don't like none of these people, bro. Like they're rage baiters. They're race hustlers. I got a lot of people. They stay mad with me all day and wasting energy and time. When it comes to this case of Nolan Wells, there is nothing to fight for when it comes to justice because nobody murdered him. Nobody murdered him. So what are you fighting for? See, in the Ashley Janae case, Joe McCann is guilty. We're going to get back on that case just now. I got a lot of things to talk about that. They let that one slide away because that was her fiance, right? He was there with her. Didn't he have a fight? Did he ever explain what they were fighting about? No. So how she end up dead? Because he unalived her. Do you see my point? So we can't just conclude it that, oh, Nolan's friends killed him because they white. If Nolan had black friends, we wouldn't even be talking about this. I told you guys 1,000 times. What about the case of Akin Liverpool? Why nobody's talking about that? Why nobody's talking about the black man that died while he was with his black friends? Why black people not talking about it? Let me refresh your memory just in case you don't know.
Well, we're learning new details this evening about what happened on board a boating trip that ended with one man missing and then later found dead. The FWC says that it was supposed to be a birthday party, but now it's a death investigation. NBC6's Lorena Inclán is live from the marina in Miami, with the latest. Lorena.
Well, Jawan, this is the marina where the boat was docked last Friday. It's called the Austro Marina here on Northwest and North River Drive. And this is where FWC investigators say that a group of friends met up to board a boat to celebrate a birthday. There were a total of 9 people, including the captain, aboard this boat, but only 8 people returned unharmed.
Okay.
23-year-old Akin Liverpool was loved by many. Those who knew him described him as dependable and a hard worker. His former football coach sent us a statement that reads in part, "What stands out even more than football was the person he was. Anytime we had community service events, he was there. Anytime someone needed help, he was willing to help. He cared about people and treated everyone with respect." His death has left his family, especially his mom, devastated.
I saw him before he left and he told me, "Ma, I'll be right back." And I'm still waiting on him.
According to an incident report released by the Florida Fish and Wildlife investigators, Liverpool came to the Austro Marina on Northwest North River Drive last Friday with a group of friends to celebrate a birthday aboard a boat.
Black friends.
FWC says the boat left the marina at 8 p.m. and anchored at Hobie Beach an hour later. It appears everyone was still on board when the captain raised the anchor and started heading back to the marina. That was around 10:30 p.m. The report says during the trip, victim had consumed alcohol. He was last seen dancing on the bow and went overboard undetected on the return trip. One of the people on board then noticed Liverpool was missing, and when they couldn't find him, they told the captain, and the captain called law enforcement.
Wow.
On Sunday, Liverpool's body was found. There are many unanswered questions still. The family is holding a vigil in his honor tonight. As his mom awaits answers, she had this to say about her beloved son.
Stand up, young man. Came from Liberty City, Overtown. From a mama that had him at 13, and they said that he wasn't gonna be nothing. And he is. Just graduated May 11 with a double master's from Berry University, and he graduated with a bachelor's from Florida Memorial while he was Mr. Homecoming King.
And for those who may not be familiar, the bow of a boat is the very front part of the vessel. That's where he was last seen dancing. Now, we have tried to reach out to other people who were on board that boat that day that this all happened, and we haven't been able to get in touch with anyone just yet. And we've also tried reaching out to the charter company involved here, still waiting to hear back from them. It is unclear how Liverpool went overboard and why no one initially noticed that he had gone overboard. This case remains under investigation. We're live in Miami. Loren Enclan, NBC 6 News.
Now that you got that, guys, when we look at the case of Ken Liverpool, he fell overboard. None of his friends seen him. None of his black friends. Nobody saw it, and it was only black people with him. No white folk. But we don't see Ben Crump. We don't see Al Sharpton. We don't see black influencers. No black influencer is talking about a Ken Liverpool. Only me. I'm the only one on YouTube right now. You go do a search. You won't see no one. Because there's no money to be made. You can't make money talking about a black guy that died and he was with black friends. You can only make money if he has melanated skin and his friends are white. That's when you can make money. Because you can rage bait the viewers. So when you look at the Nolan Wells case, it have all the elements of rage bait. That's why you see Ben Crump. That's why you see Al Sharpton. That's why you see all these grifters on YouTube going live every second, giving you a new update. The new update on Nolan Wells. His girlfriend speaks. His brother speaks. His mother speaks. We found new details. I seen some idiot on YouTube. Let me see if I can pull it up right now, fam, to show you how disgusting this is, man. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you this right now. If this don't tell you about these damn grifters that are on YouTube, that lie to you every day, and yet everybody's mad at me, and I'm the only one speaking the truth. I'm the only YouTuber speaking the truth about this case. Everybody else is lying. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, I got to go to my history. Let me go to my history. Give me a minute, gang. Give me a minute. I got to go to my history to find this. Because this is sick. Absolutely sick. The type of stuff that we see out here, man. Can't believe it. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because these YouTubers, they lie every day, fam. Every single day, bro. Can't believe this mess. And people watch this type of garbage. Watch this. Let me show you this. Because y'all not going to believe me. And I don't care if I promote the channel's name. I don't give two Fs. If you're stupid enough to follow and watch these channels, you're dumb. Because they're grifters. And they lie to you. Right? But watch this. I'm going to show you this right now. Watch this. I'm going to show you how stupid people are. Then we're going to get into this content. I'm going to have to reverse the image around so that you guys are able to see. Let me flip it. Flip this image so you guys can be able to see it. Okay. All right. You should be able to see it now. I want you to... Oh, man, I made a mistake. I mean, it's still good. You could probably still see it, right? But let me see if you could see this, right? Let me show you what, how YouTube is, where all these people are lying every day. Watch this. Somebody is live right now, right? With over 800 people viewing, with a video title. I can't even see this damn thing. Hold on, let me flip this thing back. I'm trying to show you guys how sick YouTube is. The title of their video is Nolan Wells. White boys caught burying Nolan Wells' body in sand. and people so stupid they watch. All you got to do is just say white boys. So they pulled Nolan from the water. He dead. We got a bogus autopsy, but somebody's live saying Nolan Wells video leaked. and these idiots flock to these platforms, and they're in the live chat literally believing it. That's all you got to do to get an audience to make money. Just lie to people all day. They're stupid, fam. I'm the only one speaking the truth. How stupid could you be to listen to somebody saying Nolan Wells video leaked, and you see images, and they're saying, oh, you know, the white boys, they buried him in the sand, and they're going to take pictures of themselves doing it so they could get arrested, right? It's fake content. It's called rage bait. Stop being dumb. So many stupid people in the world, bro. It's just, I can't, fam. It's just too many people in the world that are dumb. And then when I speak on these issues, people be like, oh, look how he's talking to his audience. Look, if you're stupid, then it applies to you. Only stupid people flock to a platform that's making a bunch of fake videos, and you believe every word they say when none of the stuff you hearing is on the mainstream news. That's when you're supposed to think and listen. You're supposed to be like, wait a minute. How is it that a YouTuber is talking about leaked video, white boys burying Nolan? Let me look this up. It's not on TMZ. It's not on the major news networks. Nobody's talking about it. His family's not talking about it. Ben Crump not talking about it. Nobody talking about it but a YouTuber. That's when you know you're listening to garbage. But they got 881 people viewing. It doesn't mean they're doing a great job. It means that people are stupid. A lot of times, right, when content creators, right, they go live and they have a bunch of people viewing, right, they be thinking that they're doing a great job. No, it means that your audience is stupid. That's what it means. The audience is dumbed down. They believe stupid stuff, fam. It doesn't mean that the content creator is great. It means that he's attracting people that are dumb. They believe it. And then they profit. That's the name of the game, guys. That's what I've been trying to show you guys for the longest. Let me see what's going on. Shout out to Cali West, Miami. Shout out to you for the $5 support. Says salute for bringing the uncomfortable truth. Appreciate you sponsoring the work. So guys, let's get into this content with Judge Mathis. This seems to be buzzing. I wanted to tackle this. I was supposed to do this like a day or two ago, but y'all know I'm busy. But I decided to tackle this right now. So be sure, guys, to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We need civilized people here, guys. Civilized human beings. All the civilized human beings, make sure you become a channel member so you could join the live chat. It don't make no sense you sitting in the clouds, and I know you got something to say. Join the conversation so we could keep this thing interesting. Don't be cheap. Talking about, well, I don't feel like joining. Really? So hold up. Wait a minute. So a person that's speaking the truth, showing you what these people are doing, you don't want to support them? But you're busy supporting the liars? Guys, when I tell you, man, I don't have to be speaking the truth. I could be lying too. Let me give you a good example. Watch this. Hey, yo, what's going on, brothers and sisters? It's your man Ringo back again with a new video, man. Yo, I got an update for you in regards to the Nolan Wells situation, man. Guys, man, it's just really, really difficult to talk about because I was talking to one of my peoples behind the scenes, and they pretty much is out there in Mississippi, one of my partners. He basically said that he know exactly what happened to Nolan, but he's afraid to actually go to law enforcement about it because he said that they got some clans out there and they, you know what I mean, they talking about they gonna kill somebody if anybody out there speak. Like somebody basically came out and was like, yo, anybody that was out there that was on boats, because you know they had black people that was out there too. So my man's and them, he had his boat with his people. I mean, he don't own the boat, but his peoples was out there. They witnessed what happened to Nolan, but they heard word that they saying anybody, because they got everybody's information. Like anybody that got a boat, they got their information. And being that he bought it, he had to sign some paper nonsense. So they already know who he is. They saying that anybody that was out there that saw anything, that they better stay quiet or they're gonna fucking die. So I'm like, this type of stuff need to get out there. He's afraid. I ain't afraid to say what needs to be. Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see that, guys? Do you see how I'm able to story tell, play games, gaslight you, get you all involved? Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see how I just did that? That's how these fucking YouTubers are every single day. That's how they are, fam. They lie to you every day. They make up stories, guys. They get you emotionally connected. You understand? To keep their engagement. Guys, I could literally roll like that for 2 hours and get 15,000 people in this building. I could go generate an AI video and make it look so realistic for you. I'll have y'all sitting on the edge of y'all seats. And I can make money by lying. That's what they do. I can't do that, fam. I cannot come on YouTube and lie every single day. They're addicted to money. They can't make genuine content. So they lie for cash, man. How many of you was sitting and listening to me and you were like, oh, snap, yo, word? Wow. And then when I stopped and you realized I was just doing a skit, you got upset. You got upset because you wanted me to keep going with it. That's how they lying to y'all every day, man. You know? But y'all don't believe me, man. Again, shout out to all the members coming in the building. Let me do my job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a conversation amongst yourselves. If you want to ask a question or something like that, super chat. Support the work. Keep this thing interesting, guys. We got to keep this work flowing. So now, first thing first, I want you guys to see is that Judge Mathis is down with the Illuminati. Look at his hands. He's down with the boule. I told you guys, don't play with Ringo TV, man. I'm the one who exposed these devils. This man already been compromised, fam. He's with them people, man. He already sold his soul to the devil. Look at his hands, y'all. Look at the pyramid. Freemasonry. Y'all think Judge Mathis is some sort of dude? Oh, he black, he riding with black people. This man is riding with the elite. I don't think you understand, fam. There's 3 classes of people, fam. 3 classes. You got the poor, the rich, and the elite. You know? He's in that elite class, fam. But nah, nobody don't want to believe that. Let's hear what he got to say. Let's hear what he got to say.
Judge Mathis, happy to have you back, my man.
Thanks. Thanks for having me back.
Yes, indeed. Had to bring you back on, man. There's so much going on with this Nolan Wells case.
Look at his hand.
Catching up with the details. So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man, went on a boat ride.
Did y'all hear that? And y'all wondering why I got to do my content. Did you hear what he just said? Did anybody hear what he just said? Nobody, right? Nobody hears anything, right? I'm trying to figure out where everybody at in the live chat. It's like y'all don't even know how to be interactive, fam. Are y'all anti-social or something? I want to know. So the people that are members, are y'all anti-social? Like when y'all get around people, do y'all just be quiet like this sitting around? Like somebody could be talking and y'all just be sitting around like, you don't know how to be interactive? Y'all wondering why dating is dead. Y'all wondering why nobody goes outside. Y'all wondering why people just stay home. Y'all wondering why it's just boring. Because people are boring. Learn how to be interactive, people. When somebody's communicating with you, learn how to be interactive. I just asked a question. Did you hear what he just said? I'll just focus on my video. I'm not even gonna communicate with y'all, man. Y'all just sit there. Communicate amongst yourselves, man. Seriously. This stuff is getting annoying. I'm just gonna focus on what I gotta do here. Something's wrong with humans, man. It's like I'm the only human left. Everybody's NPCs, bro. Nobody interacts no more, bro. You could be asking people questions. They'll just sit there like this.
Will's case, I'm still catching up with the details. So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man went.
Nolan is not a black man. Why is this judge calling this kid a black man when he's Filipino? Come on now. That's the problem, man. This kid is not black. Guys, Bob Marley, the great Bob Marley, have melanated skin. But his father's white. Did you know that? But you'll go around calling Bob Marley a black man because he had melanated skin. You know you got some white boys out here in the South? They white as white. You would swear this is a white boy. But his daddy black. There's white boys out here in North Carolina. You would swear they white. He not. His daddy black. His mama white. He black. Do you see what I mean? That's why you don't want to be just throwing around black, white, black, white. You got to look at bloodline, lineage. Nolan is Filipino. His mother is Filipino. She's not a black woman. We've been lied to by the media, man. And they keep using these grifters, these race hustlers. Hold on, let me rewind it back. The first thing Judge Mathis wanted to establish is that Nolan is a black man. That's a lie. That's a lie. Let's go.
Take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man, went on a boat ride to a pretty much resort island, not necessarily. It's just a fun.
A resort island? This is a judge? A resort island? Resort? What? A resort island? Did we just hear that from a judge? This man is so stupid, uneducated, he called that island a resort island. I bet they got hotels on the island too, right? I bet they got food and everything, shopping centers, everything. It's a resort. You know, they got pools, everything over there. Resort area. Coming from a judge.
So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man, went on a boat ride to a pretty much resort island, not necessarily, it's just a fun island off the coast of Mississippi. And 4 of them left and went and had fun, and only 3 returned. They then found Nolan dead.
He's lying again. He said 4 of them went. That's a lie. Nolan's friend was featured on Officer Tatum's platform. He told the truth about what's really going down. Now, who you gonna believe? The friend of Nolan coming from the horse's mouth, or from a Freemason who just came online on this platform over there, you know, that always have on these Freemasons, right? Because a lot of these YouTubers, they're Freemasons. Yeah, I don't know that, you know? The Freemasons get all the clicks, all the views, they make all the money because they working with the elite. You think they're gonna have voices like mine on YouTube and it's just me, and they're not gonna have a bunch of opposition with liars all day that's gonna control the narratives? That's why they bring these people out. These people would never have me on their platform to speak this truth. Never. Never. They'll get shut down immediately. They're like, what? Ringo TV? We don't want him nowhere. We want him dead. They try to silence me every single time. They try to shadow ban me. They try to make me look like I don't exist. They don't want me reaching nobody because I speak the truth. I'm not bought and paid for. All these people sold their soul to the devil already. You saw him throwing up the pyramid. You already know who he worked for. Right? Make sure you hit that like button. Get back to the content.
Resort island, not necessarily, it's just a fun island off the coast of Mississippi. And 4 of them left and went and had fun, and only 3 returned.
Lies.
They then found Nolan dead. His 3 friends that he had come with in the boat had gone and left in the boat and claimed that Nolan stayed behind by himself.
Why Judge Mathis is not talking about Akin Liverpool? Why Judge Mathis is not talking about the black man that lost his life on the boat where he was with his black friends? The black dude fell off the boat. None of his friends saw when he fell off. How come you don't see Judge Mathis talking about it? Because Judge Mathis don't care. Judge Mathis is a racist. He only want to talk about anything that can add racial tension, racial divide, rage bait, you know? So he up here lying like he was there, like he saw everything that went down. Hold on.
And additionally, however, and this is where the first question comes in with me, they say he left his cell phone. They have his cell phone. They had it in their possession. Okay, so if your buddy says to you, I'm leaving, you all go back. I'm staying by myself. No friends, just me wandering around. And then you see that he had left his cell phone. So you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by himself.
Notice, by himself. You have to think about how he wording this now. He's saying by himself. Why would Nolan be on an island by himself? By himself. He wasn't by himself. There was thousands of people out there. This judge is lying. He's lying. Number 2, everybody's cell phone stays on a boat. Nobody's worrying about a damn cell phone. Listen, if Nolan was out there with a girl, he trying to get some pussy. Let's just keep it a buck, fam. Let's keep it a buck. Could we keep it a buck? Could we keep it a buck? He 18. He out there probably with some white girl. He trying to get some pussy. Let's just stop playing. Who cares about a damn cell phone? Nobody cares about that. Let's just keep it 1,000. If he out there, number 1, he drinking. He got alcohol in his system. He with a shorty. He on the island. He don't care about no damn cell phone. He like, bro, y'all got my cell phone on the boat? It is what it is. I'll pick that up when I get on back home. I'm trying to get out here and get laid. That island is big. You could go anywhere and do whatever you want to do. That is where all the teenagers went. That was the hangout spot where you bring the shorties at and do what it do. It is what it is. Nolan was like, yo, bro, I don't got no time to roll with y'all, fam. I'm trying to go fuck. I'm keeping it a buck, bro. When y'all come to this platform, ain't no sugarcoating over here, fam. We don't got no time for none of this politically correct, trying to be Mr. Nice Guy. I'm telling you straight. What was in his mind at that time? Pussy. Straight up. He wasn't there to pray. He wasn't trying to pray with no women. No. It was 4th of July, fam. He drinking. He feeling himself. You know what I mean? Doing his thing. Got himself a shorty. He's like, man, I'm doing my thing. I'm 18. I'm living my life. He out there living good. Wasn't thinking about no damn phone. Listening to this damn goofy over here. This dude don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing, fam. Over here talking about cell phone. Nolan didn't care about no damn cell phone. Number one, ain't no cell phone service over there. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Jump out into the water with the phone and swim to the island? Oh, let me jump in. Oh, bro, pass me my phone? Thanks. Start swimming with the phone. How stupid could you be? Let me get my car keys, bro. Even though the car is not parked on the island, let me get my car keys. Have it ever dawned on you, fam, that Nolan's car was parked at the friend's house and they all went down there together in a truck? How stupid could people be, bro? The car was at the friend's house. Think about that. Nobody's using their brain. How many of you ever was going somewhere, you pulled up in your car, a couple of other friends pull up in their car because we jumping in the Sprinter van, we got a bus, we got a truck, we got something. We gonna all jump in there as one and head on out. And we leave the cars parked up at his crib. You know? Just leave them out there on the dirt. We'll come back, pick that up later. That's exactly what happened with Nolan. He left his car at the other white boy crib. The phones was all in them buckets because his friend explained to Officer Tatum that those phones were there. It was just sitting there. A bunch of different phones. You know? Nobody was in the water with their phones. Nolan's social media got no photos or pictures of anything. He's not a social media person, fam. So when people talking about phones, they thinking it like, oh, like he was just snapping photos. That's what women do, bro. No man, listen, I don't take no damn pictures all day. No man do that, bro. What man sit around with his cell phone all day, taking selfies all day? What man does that? What man do that, fam? What grown man sit around taking photos of himself? Who does that? It's one thing if you took a picture every now and then, but taking photos every minute, something wrong with you, fam. That's what women do on social media, bro. They always want somebody to see them. They always want to show their face. They always want some ninja to lust after them. Hey, baby, you so pretty. Hey, girl, liking all her photos. You so sexy, you so hot, you know, because she got them photos there. You go on my Instagram, ain't shit there, bro. I probably got like 5 posts. I don't post nothing, bro. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. I don't got time posting all these pictures, people downloading all my photos, doing their witchcraft, all their sorcery. I don't got that kind of time. I don't post pictures with my kids. I don't do none of that stuff, fam. You don't need to see nothing unless you see me with them. You know? Some people just want everybody in their business all day. I don't. Right? So when you listen to this man here, man, he's trying to speak on behalf of Nolan, not realizing that Nolan was an 18-year-old. He met up with some chick. He decided he wanted to depart from his buddies, which is normal protocol, fam. How many of you brothers, I don't know the age group of everybody. I'm 49. Just in case anybody want to know my age, I'm 49 years young, right? Back in the 90s, bro, when we went to parties, bro, if you ran into a shorty at the party, fam, I'm out, bro. It's time for me to go. I don't care about my friends at that point. I'm out with this shorty, bro. We out. Do you understand? You in a house party doing your thing. You met up with a sister. She looking good. Bro, we out. I don't care if I came there with you. I'm going with her. We going somewhere in the building. We going to fool around. We going to do something. Man, you flat leaving me, bro. Remember that word, flat leave? I'm out, bro. And what's so crazy is your friends knew what it was. How many of you dudes remember? I'm talking about you real brothers. Y'all walking down the street. It's like a group of y'all, 4 of y'all. Y'all walking down the street. And one of your mans in them holla at some shorty. Hey, how you doing? Y'all didn't stand there while bruh man kicking game. Y'all kept it pushing. Y'all kept walking down all the way down the block. And then y'all would post up and stand at the corner while I'm over there doing what I got to do with shorty so I could get the number. Y'all kept it going. Y'all ain't standing around cock blocking, watching me like, no, you walked away to give me space to keep my game. You know what I mean? That's how it was, man. So if you at a party and you met a shorty, it's time to separate from the crew. Like, yo, bro, I'm about to go woo woo, do what I gotta do. And my friends understood. They weren't like, bro, you gonna leave us to go with shorty? Bro, what the hell I came here for? We came here to get these women, bro. Y'all know the game. Back in the days, in Brooklyn, you go to Coney Island. You go to Coney Island, and y'all post up where they play the music at. Shorties are there all day. You know? We went to the beaches. We went here. We went there. We went to the arcade room. We had fun. So if Nolan want to go on the island with this chick, he's only doing what a man is supposed to do. He don't care about no phone. Talking about phone. Somebody care about no damn phone? When you got a woman that's saying, hey, the woman probably told him, hey, let's go somewhere private. Nolan was like, damn. Man. White woman looking good, bro. I ain't gonna hold you now. And she probably whispered in his ears, was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this to you, that to you. Nolan probably told his peeps, hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, I'm gonna go chill by the island, bro. No, you ain't gonna come back with her? Nah, fam. Chilling with shorty, bro. You good? You good? I see you a little tipsy, though. Nah, I'm good, fam. I'm all right, man. All right, fam. Yo, hey, it is what it is. That's what went down, fam. But y'all mad at me. Let me see. Ghost Introvert says, you never hold white people accountable. Right away, I already know you're a racist. What do you mean I never hold white? What do you want? You want white dick or something? That's what you want? You on the white man dick all day? You thinking about white people all day? What are you talking about? Hold them accountable. What does that have to do with the conversation right now? Why are you worrying about white people all day? Why don't you hold white people accountable since you on their dick? You do it. You seem to be so interested in white people all day. You scared of white people. Black folk like you are scared of white people. You think about them all damn day. About you never hold white people accountable. Give us black people the same grace. Nolan is not black. And why are you talking about us black people? You don't even like me, hypocrite. What's the matter with you? You don't hold white people accountable. Y'all remember the Michael Jackson impersonator? Remember the Daniel Penny situation? The dude that killed the brother in New York? You remember that case? Who the fuck you think held the white man accountable? Me. Remember Sonia Massey? Remember the black woman that got shot in the face by the white man? Who the fuck you think was on the front line defending that black woman that got shot in the face? Me. But you got these idiots coming in my comments telling me I don't hold white people accountable. As if though I'm trying to tap dance for white men. Like I'm trying to tap dance for white people. Like I'm trying to be buddy up with everybody. Bro, all I do is speak the truth. I'm not on nobody's side. I don't want no white friends and I don't want no damn black friends. Only friend I got is God. That's it. Fuck everybody else. Because in this world, people are going to always hate you when you're a person who stand for truth. I'm one of the most misunderstood people on social media. Hate it because I stand on business. They don't like the fact that I'm holding Nolan's family accountable for grifting, race hustling, and you got these damn buck dancing Freemasons like Judge Mathis. You got Ben Crumpler, you got Al Clopton, and all these race baiters all over YouTube making money off the death of Nolan. I'm the only voice of reason that's speaking this damn truth. Everybody else is lying all day, talking about holding white people accountable. I got over 3,000 videos on this platform. Did you watch all of them? Do you know how much work I've done? Do you know how many videos I've made? My God. Black people don't like when black people are held accountable. They hate it. They want you to talk about white people all day. The white man. That's why when you go to those channels, you see nothing but black people over there. They always rage baiting. That's the type of content black people want to see. Rage bait. They want to see you talking about white people. Watch this, guys. Watch this. You ready for this? Here goes some wonderful rage bait content suitable to please Negroes. Watch this. Yo, bro. I just decided to come on live real quick, man. Give me a minute, guys. I was just out and I was on the road. I went into this convenience store real quick, bro. Just minding my business, man. I'm out in the South, so you know, I'm not really familiar with out here. I'm originally from New York, and I was just in the convenience store, just wanted to get a bottle of water real quick. And you had some white dude at the register and whatnot, so I figured he at the register, I'll let him go first. And I go there, I put my bottle of water on the counter. He's saying to me, why I put my water there? I'm like, what do you mean why I put my water there? So he basically getting upset because I put my water there. I'm like, he don't have nothing there. He's literally asking for cigarettes. He's like, I'm skipping him. So I'm trying to just get up on and get on out of there. I'm not trying to go back and forth already. You know, I'm not trying to get into all of that goofy stuff. I got my kids in the car. I'm just trying to mind my business, stay out the way. And I got my gun on me. So I'm not really trying to get in no damn problems. This dude look at me and tell me to remove the fucking bottle from the register. So I'm like, bro, you tripping, dog. What the fuck you talking about move the bottle from the register? I ain't moving nothing. So he started calling me all sorts of N-words and this and that and that. So I punched him in his fucking face. You know what I mean? I punched him in his face. The dude at the register like, yo, why you doing that? I'm calling the police. You assaulted him. X, Y, and Z. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, bro, this dude just called me N-words, this and that, threatened me, do all this other stuff. What do you want me to do? Like, what's the... Do you see that, guys? Do you see how I'm doing that? Do you see that? Do you see how I'm playing with your mind? Giving you a fake-ass story? And you sitting there all invested like a dumbass? That is what YouTubers do all day. I've been trying to wake y'all up. Y'all don't listen to me. That is what they do all day. They lie to you, man. I don't have to lie. All I do is speak the truth. Y'all keep getting mad at me for speaking the truth. I don't understand that. I be telling y'all how these people be lying. Y'all be getting mad. Right? Shout out to Karen Waters House for the membership. Appreciate you joining, Team Ringo. And shout out to, is this Jill? Jill, shout out to you. Says, Ghost paid you to say something dumb. The irony. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, hey, he could pay even more. He could keep coming in the comments, posting and whatever. He could have just listen. Let me show you how Joe is not thinking right. Let me show you guys. What's his name? Where he at? Ghost? Yeah, Ghost. Watch this. Let me explain something to you, Ghost. You so slow, right? And uneducated that you paid $5 to tell me something stupid when you could have paid $5 to be a channel member for the whole month and be able to post in the comments. That just goes to show you're not smart. You wasted $5. I would have just used that $5 to be a channel member. That way, I can say what I need to say in the live chat. You wasted $5. I'm trying to help you. It's crazy, right? I know he's sitting there probably like, damn, you right, I am a dummy. It is what it is, man. Maybe you'll join now, but let's go.
So you see, so you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by himself, and by the way, did you ask him how he was getting home?
Notice this. Did you ask him how he was getting home? Do you see why Judge Mathis is horrible? There was thousands of people there, fam. A bunch of other boats. He had other ways of getting back. He's not even, it's like this dude is omitting all kinds of information. That's how I know he's part of the elite. It's not up to Nolan's friends to babysit a grown man. Do you understand me? When I hanged out with my friends, bro, it was no babysitting. I'm not babysitting you. Yeah, we went out here, we partying, we BSing, we doing what we do, but I'm not babysitting you, bro. It's not up for no friend to come, well, I'm gonna come do this. I gotta make sure you get back home. No, I'm not doing none of that stuff, bro. You a grown man, dog. I'm tired of people babying this dude like he's some little kid. He a grown man. He know to go out there to get women. He know to go out there to drink. Think about this. You got all these 18-year-olds out there drinking alcohol. Come on now. But yet people want to go around saying, oh, you know, he's young. His brain didn't develop yet. So let me get this straight. So at 18, your brain didn't develop yet. But when you're 18, you could go into the military. So your brain didn't develop yet. So you can make good decisions. But we could send you into the military so you can die. I tell you, man, I can't with people, bro. This is why I want people that are logical, bro. People that use their brain. It's like a lot of people are NPCs, man. They don't want to hear this truth. They just keep getting angry. Let's go.
Cell phone. So you see, so you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by
He
himself.
wasn't by himself.
And by the way, did you ask him how he was getting home?
It's not their responsibility.
So instead of going back, you couldn't be that far off because the phone.
Bro, if me and you, listen, if 5 of us went to the bar, if 5 of us is at the karaoke bar, I enjoy the karaoke bar in New York. You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn, primarily Brooklyn. Brooklyn karaoke bars is always lit. One of my partners at work, they put me on. But that spot we used to go to, it was always lit. If we at the bar, we had a few drinks, you know what I'm saying? We there with the ladies doing what we do, woo, 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 right? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going home. I'm going home right now. So, you know, you could tag along, but I'm out. And you tell me that you staying in the bar because you with shorty. All right, I'm out. I don't give 2 F's how you get back home. I'm just telling you straight. That's your responsibility now. If I came there with you, if I dropped you there and I'm leaving, and you telling me you staying behind because you got plans later on with shorty, then I'm out. It's up to you to figure out how you getting home, dog. And especially in New York, you can always take the train, right? So that's not my responsibility. So he's trying to put responsibility on Nolan's friends like they his parents. When there was thousands of people on that island, a bunch of people, and Nolan wasn't the only black person allegedly on that so-called island. And when I say black, I'm not saying he's African American. So don't misunderstand me. Nolan has melanated skin, but he's not an African American. Could y'all understand that? Do y'all understand lineage? Do y'all not understand that so-called African Americans are not the only melanated people on the planet? You're not the only ones, guys. Just because you see somebody that look like you or have skin complexion that's brown, black, whatever, that doesn't mean they're your people. You got a lot of ethnic groups that have melanated skin, like black so-called African Americans, right? Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button.
In the boat. Say an hour two. If you're a real friend, you'll drive back on that recreational hour or two on the boat.
No. What do you mean if I'm a real friend? What are you talking about? I've always been a real friend, but there's certain things I'm just not doing. I'm not going back. I'm not doing all this extra stuff. That's your problem. I'm not doing all of that. If his friends were leaving and he didn't want to leave, what do you want them to do? It's not their responsibility. Now, if the friends were leaving and they said, "We not taking you back," now we got a problem. If the friends were heading back and they decided, "You can't come with us back, we leaving you here," now we got a problem. But that's not the case. They were going back and they were like, "Okay, you coming? Nah, I'm good. I'm staying here. I'm chilling." All right, we out. Especially if you got another way to get back, because there was other boats. Other boats that's going back to the mainland. And on the mainland, he could always get in his car. Or wherever. And he probably hanging out with Shorty. Going back to her crib to smash. So at the end of the day, he's not thinking about you guys. Y'all gotta understand that when a dude is hanging out with a woman, he don't care about his friends, bro. I told you already. Y'all acting like y'all don't understand the mind of a young man that's 18 years old, fam. His dick is hard. He's out there with this white woman he want to fuck. I'm just giving you the truth, straight. If you mad at the truth, leave. Leave, please. I'm not here to sugarcoat. Nolan is 18 years old, dick hard, drunk, got some alcohol in the system with a white girl. What do you think he planning to do? Pray? Go fishing? No. He's thinking about vagina. Y'all were 18, y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. So stop back. Stop it. Stop acting like he was going to church on the island. Because he was not. That's why I'm so damn raw and uncut. That's why they mad at me, because I speak the truth.
To give your man his phone, because if he's out there by himself, no question about it, 90% white in the state of Mississippi.
You see?
It has a history of demonizing and black men and killing them. And
do you see how racist this man is? The hatred that's in his heart, the evil mind. Do you see how he see people that are in Mississippi? So basically, if you're white and you're listening to that judge, he's demonizing you. He's basically saying that you're a racist and you're evil and you're trying to kill black people. That's why I basically said in one of my videos, if black folk are so concerned about white people being so evil and so hateful, why don't you quit your jobs? Why do you want to work for white companies if you feel this way about white people? Why should white people hire you if that's your mentality? And then they get mad at me. They don't understand no context. They don't understand nothing. When you got these people talking like this on social media, you got to think about this. Why would you want to work with white people if you're so afraid of them? If you're a black man and you're that pussy that when you get around white folk, you're like, "Oh no, they're going to kill me. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do." You're that afraid? Why you work there? If black folk are so afraid of people in Mississippi, why you live there? Why don't you just move? If you believe Mississippi is a racist state, why are you there? Why are you there? Only a dummy would remain there and still complain. That's like a woman in a relationship where a man is beating her ass and she's staying in the relationship. But you see her on social media talking about, "Oh, you know, my man, he beating me up. Oh my goodness. Jesus. No, you're a dummy. Because if you staying in that abusive relationship, you shouldn't be on YouTube complaining. You see what I mean? People are acting like Nolan Wells was a saint. Like Nolan Wells was this kid that was just, reading the Bible every day and just Nolan Wells was on that island drunk, y'all. He had a freak accident and he ended up dead. Can you accept it? Or are you going to continue to create race wars and division by blaming his white friends? So what? His friends was white. So what? That doesn't make them bad dudes. When I was in junior high and high school, I had a lot of white friends, fam. A lot. In the beginning, I ain't have none. In the beginning, when I got in that school, I used to beat white boys up because they used to be using the N-word. And I used to beat their ass. That's right. But over time, I started to develop friendships with some of them. And they started to understand. And I separated the racists from the actual cool ones. Do you understand me? There's racist and hatred in all ethnic groups, fam. But to generalize everybody in Mississippi as evil and hateful and they just all want to kill black people, that's sad, man. And that's what this man is doing, bro. That's sick. And he's a judge. Now imagine this, guys. Watch this. Would you want this animal to judge you? Would you want this man to judge you? Imagine you on a court trial and this is your judge, bro. And that's how he feel about Mississippi? So if you a white man and you on trial and this is the damn judge, you're done because we already know he a racist and he don't like white people. You gotta be impartial when you're judging people. He already got a problem with white folk. I can't believe this man was a damn judge, bro. This man a judge and that's how he feel about white folk? He can never judge righteously, y'all. He's exposing himself and you know I'm right. He's exposing his own heart. He don't like white people, fam. We're not excusing racism. We're not excusing the fact that there's racists out there, but y'all trying to generalize all white folk like they all out to get black folk. What you're telling me is that black men pussy and they're afraid of the white man. They're afraid. Matter of fact, it's going to get them mad. To all you so-called black folk, your ancestors were cowards. They were cowards. Yeah. You got a lot of black folk, they be talking about how gangster they are. Yeah, I'm in these streets. It's my block representing my hood. It's my gang. Yeah, woo, woo, woo. Okay. Where was all that energy when your people were enslaved? Y'all got mad with Ye when he said slavery was a choice. Y'all remember that? All black folk got mad with Ye when he said slavery was a choice. It was. You chose to be a slave. You let the white man put you behind bars. You did that. And ain't nobody fought them. Nobody fought the white man. Black people in America right now did not free themselves. I know you mad. You did not free yourself. The white man freed you. Till this day, you did not free yourselves. You did not fight. You did not die for what you believe in. While your woman getting violated, your kids getting taken from you, you didn't do a damn thing to the white man. But you on slave, you all, oh, I'm a victim. The white man, ooh, the white man trying to take us down. Playing the victim all day. Slavery was a choice. For 400 years, the black man been in bondage and never decided to say, let's come together and overthrow Massa and them and get our freedom. Let's do it. You ain't do nothing. The white man felt sorry for you after he done used you for so many thousand years and said, you know what? Let's get him some freedom. Let's do what's right. It was because of God that the white man decided to let you go. God told the white man, let my people go. And that's when you became free. Until this day, you still acting like a slave. You're able to get a bank account, get a car, get a job, and you still complaining about the white man. White supremacy. The white man. Ooh, the white man. Oh my goodness. You know how embarrassing that is as a black man, as a black woman, that in 2026, you still playing the victim? You got this family, Nolan Wells' family, hired a civil rights attorney. Once you hire a civil rights attorney, you already made it a race issue. Their family talking about, oh, we didn't want this to be a racial issue. We didn't want to make this a white and black issue. Yes, you did. Once you hire Ben Crump, you made it a race issue. You made it a race issue because Ben Crump don't care about nothing else but money. You never see Ben Crump in the projects in Brooklyn. All of you at Marcy Projects. All of you in Fort Greene. All of you in Bed-Stuy. All the projects in Coney Island. When have you ever seen Ben Crump? When you seen Al Sharpton pull up in the projects to talk about black on black crime? When? I'll wait. I'll wait. Never. You never see them men in the hood shaking hands with the people. Shaking hands with the elderly saying we're going to rid crime. We're going to rid these gangs. You only see Ben Crump when you see a white person did something to a black person. And they singing that civil rights BS, because I believe all that is BS, bro. All of it. All them people work for the devil to try to keep black people down. Those are race hustlers. The biggest race hustler in the black community is the black pastor. The black pastor is the #1 slave plantation owner in the black community. The black pastor. That's right. He's the one taking all your money. He's the one selling you white Jesus. He's the one keeping you oppressed in the church. He's the one that tell you, give me your money, but when you die, you're going to make it to heaven. What? So let me get this straight, Pastor. When I die, that's when God going to give me a mansion? Yes, amen. Yes, amen. God is going to give you a mansion. In his house are many mansions. But Pastor, you got a mansion. Yeah, I know. Well, Pastor, could I get one? No, you can't. I'm his pastor. I'm the one that's supposed to live good. So, Pastor, why you get to live in a mansion and I got to be in the projects? Why? You can't see the grift? You can't see what these preachers are doing? The preacher is living heaven on earth while you waiting to die in order to get a mansion. How do you know you're going to get a mansion when you die? How do you even know you're going to heaven? How do you know that? Have you ever been there? No, but you believe it. I'm telling you, bro, people are gone mentally. So not only you got these pastors pimping the people, but you got these so-called faces, the D.L. Hugleys, all these fools that you see on social media lying to people all day.
Ask him how he was getting home. So instead of going back, you couldn't be that far off because the phone right in the boat. Say an hour or two. If you're a real friend, you'll drive back on that recreational hour or two on the boat, having fun to give you.
I'm not driving back nowhere 2 hours. No, I'm not doing that. That's like me driving from where I'm at and I'm driving all the way down to Greensboro somewhere. I'm not doing that. Or driving from here all the way to Durham. No. To give you back some keys? You know what it's like driving from where I'm at all the way to Durham, North Carolina? No. To give you some keys? That I'm going back that way like 2 hours and change, then come back 2 hours and change? Bro, no. That's a whole half day work. No. Them keys staying over there. I'll mail them to you. I ain't wasting all of that gas, bro. You crazy.
And his phone, because if he's out there by himself,
he's not by himself.
No question about it. 90% white in the state of Mississippi.
You see what he doing?
Has a history of demonizing
what?
And, black men and killing them. And
wow.
the civil rights era.
Wow.
Most of the civil rights killings.
Do you see, guys? Bro, when I tell you, man, I don't think black people gonna ever recover from everything that was done to them, bro. I think that from generations to generations, black people will always think like ninjas, bro. You will never rise up and be a human. You will always feel defeated. You will always complain about white people. You will always be talking about the past. The past, what the white man did to us. The white man, you know, Jim Crow. We had to drink water from the black fountain. You know, we had to eat the poor parts of the pig. We had to eat pig feet and pig butt. That's where we are right now. How come black people haven't built back up Black Wall Street? With all the billions and millions black people got, how come y'all ain't built back up Black Wall Street? Come on now. Look at all these billionaires. You got the Tyler Perrys. When have Tyler Perry ever did anything to the black community? Did anything for the black community? Nothing, right? But he'll pay for the funeral of Nolan Wells. The family got $800,000, guys, in cash. Colin Kaepernick paid for the independent autopsy and all this other stuff. They gave us a sorry autopsy with no results, guys. We've been waiting for the autopsy results, right? Ben Crump is reading. He don't even know how to read, right? The pathologist wasn't there. Just really, really bad all around. No answers. The autopsy results create more questions than giving answers. But when I speak this truth, you keep getting mad at me.
In Mississippi, including Medgar Evers, including our dear young brother from Mississippi who was killed, and several others. And so we know that Mississippi has a history of...
What about the history of black people killing black people, Judge Mathis? You hypocrite. What about the history of black people unaliving black people in the ghetto? What about a history of all the crime that happens every single day in the black community? And nobody talks about it. But you want to talk about the history of Mississippi. Black people are killing more people today of their own than the Klan did back in the day. The black man have become the new Klan. That's right. The black man hunts down his own people. The black man will get a gun and run down on his own brothers and put a bullet in his head. Not the white man. Oh no, the black man. And you don't hear him talking about it because ain't no money to be made if you talk about it.
Demonizing and marginalizing black men. And so the question became, what is the investigation going to be? Well, the police immediately accepted the version of the three young men that returned. Now, here you are, you're supposed to be the police. And I just deduced it, and I deduced it not just now, but I had deduced it immediately after seeing it in the media. And I'm not an investigator, I'm a lawyer and a judge, but an investigator, that is a police investigator / detective, has investigative techniques that would have immediately thrown into question what occurred. And common sense throws into question what occurred. And that's where we're at now. And there's some actions being taken by Ben Crump. I've spoken with him, and he's on top of it. And the family has the questions raised. Again, why would he leave his cell phone? Because it had to be voluntary. And then voluntarily stay on an island by himself without telling them why. A lot of questions there, a lot of holes in it, and that's what that grand jury is going to look into.
This fool talking about grand jury and all this other mess. Bro, do you have a suspect? Have anybody been arrested? You guys are like on a witch hunt trying to lynch white people. That's what we're seeing, guys. What you're seeing on social media are a bunch of black folk who want to lynch white people. That's how much they hate white people, y'all. That's why they get mad at me. They try to turn people against me by twisting everything I say. That's why I always tell you, fam, if you want to know anything about Ringo TV, you watch my videos from the beginning till the end. Never listen to anybody that's talking crap because they'll twist every single thing that I say and have you thinking something else because you didn't listen to learn. You got to listen to learn. Don't listen to idiots. This person right here is blaming Nolan's good friends and basically calling them racist because they're in Mississippi. Why the parents are in Mississippi if they feel this way? I bet you top dollars that family live in a white community. I don't know where they live, but I can guarantee you, being that mother is Filipino, she want to live around white people. And the only reason why she's acting black is because it's convenient. Somebody told her, play the black card, you could get paid. If you play the black card, you could get paid. Black people they're gonna ride with you. That's how emotionally slow they are. They will ride with you if they think you're black. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do your makeup. We're gonna make your skin look a little more melanated. We're gonna give you like black hairstyles, like when black women wear weaves and braids and twists. We're gonna try to make you look like you're a sister. And we're gonna get these people to believe that Nolan is African American because after all, his stepdaddy is a so-called African American. So they're gonna think that he's the father. So we're gonna play this thing real good now. We just need for you to act like you're crying and we're gonna work this out. I'm telling you, you're gonna make a lot of money. Make sure you hire Ben Crump, the civil rights attorney. Yeah, get him on your side ASAP. And make sure you call Al Sharpton. Because if you could get those guys in, it'll get the attention of Tyler Perry, all the other grifters, all the other rage baiters and race hustlers, and they're gonna cut you checks. By the time you finish, you got $5 million in your bank account. Even though your son is dead, at least you'll get your reparations. Not from the white man, but from the black man.
Good news.
Yeah, that definitely don't make no sense. So why would he give his phone to his friend? And I heard that his mom, she had to find out by using an app that his friend had his phone after it was reported that he was missing.
His friend don't even know his mom. So while all of them are talking about the friend had the phone, why the friend didn't return the phone back to the mom, the friend didn't even visit the mom home. He already said that on Officer Tatum's page. They weren't hanging out at Nolan's house like that. They said that they met the father a few times or one time or something like that, but it wasn't like that. Nolan was hanging with these white boys. These white boys was not at Nolan's house, fam. So while everybody is like, why they didn't return the phone? How? They don't know the people. They're expecting Nolan to come pick it up. You have to think about that. While Nolan is gone, the friends are wondering where he at. So they're just as confused as everybody else. So when the mom and them trace the phone and all this other stuff, they're making it seem like these kids stole the phone. The phone was left on the boat. If they killed Nolan, why are they gonna keep the phone in the house? Guys, could y'all please be smart? If I was dating some white chick and I killed her, threw her body in the river, took her cell phone, brought it to my house, I would be a dumbass. You would be stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you kill somebody and then bring their phone to your house? Make that make sense, y'all. Those were his buddies. They were just holding his phone till he get back. That's what a friend would do. But to think that the friend is supposed to be like, okay, Nolan didn't return yet. Hey, mom, mother of Nolan, hey, dad of whatever, stepdad, here's Nolan's phone and keys. I don't know where he at, but here's his phone and key. Nobody does that. They're gonna wait it out. just like everybody else waiting it out. So if the mother or whoever was able to trace the phone back, notice, did anybody get arrested? Did anybody get arrested? No. They got the phone. If you felt there was a crime, did you call the cops? Think about this, guys. Did Nolan's mother just go down there, or did she bring law enforcement to make a big stink about it? No. She had her friend or sister or somebody go pick up the phone. Because Nolan's mom didn't pick up the phone. Somebody else picked up the phone. You see that? If they felt something was wrong, why they didn't call the cops? When they went to go pick up Nolan's car keys, the so-called stepdad and mom went to the white boy house to pick it up. Why would they kill Nolan and then keep his car keys in his car? That's stupid. Those were his buddies. They were holding on to his personal belongings pending him coming back around. So for the public to demonize his friends like they're thieves and killers, man, that's sick, man. Y'all wrong, bro. Y'all wrong for that. You know? Yeah. I can't believe my ears with Judge Mathis. I didn't know he was a racist. Yeah, he is a racist. I've been knew that already. Wow, I thought he had more intelligence. But he just the rest, I guess, just like the rest of them, slave mentality. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It was only one episode of Judge Mathis that I liked. It was with it was an episode of Judge Mathis. Y'all probably already seen it. It was very popular, where you had a young kid. You know what I'm saying? He was like in the streets struggling, but he was trying to get his life together. But I guess his dad or stepdad was, or some relative or somebody was, they wanted to kick him out. They were like being mean to him, and Judge Mathis was like, he rebuked that person and was like, I see that young kid in myself, you know? And by you pushing him away like that, you might end up making him go back to the streets and go with the gangs. You know, it was an episode. That was the only episode where I looked at Judge Mathis and felt that he had some sense, because he was helping this young black kid with his wicked ass family, you know? But now it's like the judge, he got a little old, probably lost his brain cells, and now he's just dumbed down. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what he's doing now. It's like, it's just not right. He's expressing a lot of hate for white people, and that's what I see. And to think that he was a judge. So if you're white and you ever been in anything and Judge Mathis was presiding over a case, I don't think you got a fair shake. We need to bring back up those trials, man, because it's like, this judge, man, it's something wrong with him, bro. And you know, these TV judges, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even trust none of them. All them people is fake, man. At the end of the day, they all fake, bro. Let me see what's good. Let me see. Arabian, am I pronouncing it right? Shout out to you for the $5. Says, yo, what up? What's up, Ringo? Been following you since the Creflo Dollar Exposed videos. Good to see you again, sir. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. You probably been following since I was on the Ringo for Life platform. Probably from back in the days from then. That's when I was exposing all those false prophets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think I left YouTube, like I'm done and whatnot. You got a lot of people wishing for me to die, bro. I'm going to always be here, fam. I'm going to be their nightmare. Shout out to Show Show in the building. Says, I'm really glad the friend did the interview to clean things up. Yeah, definitely. I got to react to part 2. And I think probably Officer Tatum probably already released part 3. But I'll do part 2 and 3 in one video. That way I could kind of catch up. There's so many videos, guys, I got to react to. It's just impossible to get to all this work. But I'm gonna definitely get to it. All right, let's get back to the content, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.
It's suspicious, correct. And then there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of unanswered questions. There's allegedly an altercation that took place, and I think they say there may be some footage of it.
That's a lie. You see what I mean? He's a judge, guys. He's listening to internet gossip. That's a lie. Ain't no altercation. That's a lie, fam. My goodness, bro. Judges are lying now, bro. They're lying, guys. This judge is watching the grifters on YouTube that lie, and he's taking their rumor.
Some have been AI generated, various things, so we don't.
So if you know it's AI generated, shut up, bro, and stop saying that there was an altercation.
Really know what's true or not, but I think they have eyewitnesses, and that's where the investigation should go.
If there's an eyewitness, why they not with the feds? Ain't no eyewitness. You ain't witness a damn thing. Everybody's lying, bro. What eyewitness? An eyewitness to what? An eyewitness to a murder? So where you at? They offered up $125,000 reward. So if there's an eyewitness, why the eyewitness didn't go, right, to Al Sharpton and be like, yo, let me get that reward. I'm an eyewitness. I saw everything. Ain't nobody come forward for that reward. You know why? Because nobody's seen nothing. These people are thirsty, bro.
Were there eyewitnesses that saw any type of altercation? Is there video? There's cameras everywhere. You can't do anything without being caught on camera.
Ain't no camera on Horde Island. Ain't no camera. And ain't nobody filming nothing inside no water if they swimming around and hanging out. Nobody doing nothing, fam. So he's lying, bro.
Believe me. And so to that extent, there's some footage out there that shows this altercation, if indeed it occurred. And so the grand jury, they are impaneled when there's a reasonable suspicion that something may have occurred.
What occurred? Who did it? Nobody don't know, and nobody ever gonna know. Nobody is going to prison over the Nolan Wells death because nobody killed him. That kid was out there drinking, messing with women, and did something stupid and drowned. It's just that simple. Unfortunate for him. You know? I'm not in support of his family. I don't trust his family. His family are grifters, fam. I already told y'all from day one. And y'all keep getting mad at me. You know, you got people getting mad at me because I said F that kid. In other words, I don't care about the story. You know why? Context. Because a Ken Liverpool is dead. And the black community don't care. There's a black woman that was hanging on a tree. Nobody's talking about the story. But you want me to worry about justice for Nolan Wells? I don't care about his story. What about all the other stories? What about all the other victims? What about them? What about the grandma that died the other day who got shot by a so-called ninja? What about that? What about that black man that killed his baby? What about that? What about the black man that stabbed his baby to death because he's trying to get back at his baby mama? Why the black community not talking about it? The hell I care about some damn Nolan Wells and you got babies out here being murdered by ninjas. But y'all want to run around YouTube. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Nobody killed him. But you had a little girl, a baby. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard about the story of the black man that stabbed his baby to death because he's trying to get back and punish his baby mama. Real victims, children, and the black community don't care because they're emotionally invested in a racial situation. They want to see white people hang. They don't care about real stories, bro. I could go on and on and on. On and on, bro. Black men unaliving black women. Black sisters is dead. Their so-called baby father killed them. Nobody cares about those stories because it's black on black. Black people don't view content when it's black on black. They get upset when they see it. You know? You had a black man stab his daughter, guys, to death. Man, I tell you, bro. He stabbed his daughter to death, man. Because he was angry with the baby mama because he couldn't be with her. So he said, you know what, I'm killing my daughter. That's why I tell you, ladies, be careful with these guys. But y'all keep getting mad at me. I'm the realest dude on YouTube. Nobody's more real than Ringo TV. Nobody. All these people on YouTube is fake. I'm as real as it get. You know? Let me see. Dog, is that Dog Lover? I'm not sure if that's the name, but shout out to you. Says, Ringo, I've brought up a Ken Liverpool questioning what Crump and CEO are doing for a Ken. Okay. I guess he isn't as good as Nolan. This angers me. So many children have died in Chicago. Where is the outrage? Yeah, there's a bunch of stories. Guys, there are so many news clips, so many stories I got to cover, fam. I got to really get to work, man. But in order to do those videos, I probably just got to be off camera because it's difficult to set up a show and be on camera and actually talk about all these shows, man. It's just too much stories out there. And there's no outrage about it. Nobody cares. Everybody's focusing on Nolan Wells. They're using Nolan Wells to create racial tension between blacks and whites. They do it every year, fam. They try to get away with it with the Carmelo and the Austin situation, but it didn't work the way they wanted to, you know? So they said, you know what, let's do it with this one. We could get it with this one. This one will do it. And it's in Mississippi. They couldn't wait. As soon as they see Mississippi, they say, yes, we got one. We're going to blame it on his white friends, and we're going to make black people get upset. You know? That's what we're going to do. It's real sick, man. Let me see. Arabian, shout out to you, says plenty of people think hypergamily and racially. I'm just tired of people just ignoring facts. I feel that we're in a generation now where people don't listen. I like to think that people watch my videos from the beginning to the end, but they don't. People will come in, they'll watch 2 minutes, and then they'll leave. And then they'll go talk about me in a negative way. Didn't even watch the video. Didn't even hear what I had to say. But they'll make a conclusion of what they think I said. And then they'll tell people what I said that I didn't say, and people will think that's what I said when I didn't say anything. That's why sometimes you can't even respond to people because they're stupid. Wasting my time with all that garbage. The sheriff was crying about that, and he was saying the whole police department cried when they found her. That's sad, man. That man deserved to be burned alive, bro. Like burned alive. He stabbed his own daughter. Unalived her, fam. To get, you know, the nightmares that woman gonna have, fam, forever. She's gonna be traumatized. She's never gonna trust black men ever, fam. What that black man did is gonna traumatize that woman for the rest of her life. She will never trust another black man ever. And it's because of stories like that, that's why I gotta do my videos. Because a lot of people are traumatized by these stories, and they think that, you know, people are just evil, bro. All. When you see a black man, a father, kill his own baby because he mad with the mama, that's how you know we in an evil world. You know? That's why I keep telling ladies, be careful of the kind of men you meet. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very careful. You got to know a man's spirit. You got to know his heart. You got to know that he real, because especially if you're a single mom and you got kids and you bring this ninja around your family and you know he damn psycho, been to prison, got felonies, he beats women, violent, and you bringing him around your kids because you desperate for a man, and you going to bring that ninja around knowing his previous relationships and all the drama. I don't understand why y'all be doing that. I don't know what. Listen, I already told y'all about a story that happened early in YouTube years, right? It was somewhere around 20. Well, it wasn't in the early days of YouTube. It was around 2015. I think around 2015, 2016. Worst story ever, fam. Worst story ever. I never made a video about it on YouTube because it was that shocking. Just me explaining it to you now, I got to say viewer discretion is advised. What I'm about to say is very, very shocking, and it may piss you off very, very bad. There was a story that happened. This is a real life story of a black man who was dating a single mother. The woman goes to work. The man just stays home. He babysits the kid. So I guess the lady probably made the guy pick up the daughter and bring her home. You know what this guy did? This guy went on Facebook. I believe it was a live stream. It was a live stream. It was an upload. It was something that he published. This man got on Facebook and made that black woman's daughter sing on his microphone on live. No cap. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was very, very popular. He got arrested. That man was on Facebook Live, and you see this little girl, guys. This girl's probably like 6 or 7. And she's singing on his microphone on Facebook Live. And he's letting the world see. Everybody was flagging his video down, flagging it, reporting it. Video stood up for a long time, man. It was the most gruesome, disgusting thing ever. Everybody was shocked because everybody was sharing it. They were sharing the link all over. Everybody was going crazy. I got the link. Somebody shared the link with me. 3 people shared the link with me. I'm at work. I'm like, what? Because they wanted me to make a video about it. I can't show that on YouTube. See, Sherelle, remember? Yes, I remember that. I was shocked. Horrible. Guys, the video, you see the little girl doing it. And it was on social media. This is why I tell you, ladies, you get with these damn men, you have them in your house with your daughter, watching your kids, you don't even know who this man is. A man like that, you supposed to just put him in a tub and put boiling oil all over him, fam. You understand? When you do that type of stuff to a kid, bro, death is not enough for you, man. Don't make no sense, bro. Shout out Forever Studios in the building. Sherelle in the building. What's going on? Let me see. You said that was in South Carolina where that happened? So y'all remember the story, right? Because I need for people to know I'm not lying, guys. I'm telling you, this is facts on facts, man. That story messed me up. It messed me up. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. There's some evil people in the world, man. Evil. Sick. So when you hear about that story about that guy that stabbed up his daughter to get back at the baby mama, man, only a demon could do that, fam. How could you as a father stab your baby? Your baby. I think because I'm a father, it affects me more because I know what it's like to raise kids. Some of these guys, they don't got no kids, so they don't know what it means to raise a kid. So they don't know. For a man to stab his baby to death, that's a demon. That's not a man. That man was possessed with the devil. The devil was in him, guys.
And so the grand jury, they are impaneled when there's a reasonable suspicion
Suspicion of what?
that something may have occurred.
What?
So that's good news. There's a reasonable suspicion
He's forcing
that a
it.
crime has been committed.
No crime was committed.
When you go to the grand jury, the prosecutor presents all the evidence that
What
they
evidence?
have to explain to the grand jury the case they're looking into. And 90% of the time, or over 90% of the time, the prosecutor comes back with an indictment because grand juries only hear one side.
This guy's
So
a joke.
they're only going to hear the side of the prosecutor. So the question becomes, is the prosecutor going to do a thorough investigation and presentation to the grand jury? Because if they miss some parts of the evidence that is necessary, then the grand jury has nothing to consider. But if, as it has been in most cases, it goes where the grand jury charge has been made, it's going to go to an indictment.
Against who?
And then all evidence will be seen on all sides. What I don't like about grand jury.
What evidence? What evidence? His friends left. What evidence? The autopsy was crap. There is no evidence. There is no evidence. What is this judge talking about? Just making up a bunch of lies.
As if the defense don't get a chance to present their case to the grand jury. It's only the prosecutor. Prosecutor says, we have this, that, and the other evidence, begins talking, brings people in to interview them during the grand jury process, and then they determine whether there's probable cause to believe that a crime was committed. Probable cause means more likely than not. Reasonable.
This guy's a damn TV judge, bro. This dude ain't no damn judge, bro. I don't even know why the hell I'm calling him judge. This dude ain't no damn judge, bro. This dude is an idiot, fam. Like straight up and down. When you listen to this clown, bro, all you see is a damn goofy on a podcast trying to act like he intelligent and smart, like he breaking stuff down. He sounds stupid. He don't even make no sense. Indictment against who? Who we gonna drag into court and say you did it? Where the evidence? What did they do? How they killed him? Y'all just want somebody white to go to jail because they're racist.
Suspicion means there may have been a crime, and so we have to look into it. Probable cause means we believe there was a crime, more likely than not. So that's where we're at with it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Nolan's mom, she said that his phone was scrubbed, right?
Yes, the mother said that some of the things on his phone had been removed.
That's a lie.
And I don't know what evidence they have of that.
That's a lie. There's no evidence because it never happened. The mama never said that, somebody, she says she's, in her mind, she's assuming that something was removed from the Snapchat. Nothing was removed. Where's the evidence? How could his friends have access to his phone? And how she know? How the mother got access to his phone? How a mother have access to her 18-year-old's phone? She put that lie out there because she wanted these grifters to go on YouTube and run with that narrative to make it seem like somebody deleted stuff. First of all, What does deleting stuff from a cell phone have to do with anything? If Nolan is dead, what does deleting a cell phone have to do with anything? Anything that's deleted from a cell phone can be restored with software. I could do that. Give me your cell phone. You go delete a video. Delete anything from your cell phone. Give me your cell phone. I'll let you stand right in front of me while I use software. I can recover that back on your phone. So when these people talking about stuff deleted, they sound stupid. She was talking about Snapchat. If Snapchat deletes something, I can't restore that because it's not saved on the phone. It's saved on the server of Snapchat. So it will delete it from the app. If you want it to save, you would have to save that to your phone by downloading. You understand? That is what she was talking about. She wasn't talking about his cell phone. YouTubers are running around saying, oh, they deleted text messages, they deleted videos. That's a lie. There's no proof of this, guys. There's no proof of that.
But she's not saying anything to jeopardize the truth.
She already
in this
did.
Case.
She already
And
did.
So everything she says, I'm going to take her at her word. She
Wow.
has no reason to trump up anything. She wants.
What? She have no reason to trump up anything. Do you see this man? He's basically saying that Nolan Wells' mother is above reproach, that she won't lie. She have every reason to trump up everything by hiring Ben Crump. Ben Crump is a civil rights attorney. So him coming in, it already made it a racial issue. She's basically saying that her son's civil rights were violated. When you hire a civil rights attorney, it is because you're implying that your civil rights were violated by somebody that's white. Y'all gotta look between the lines of what the mother already did. She already made up many lies. That's how she's able to milk the system.
To get to the bottom of this and who killed her son.
Nobody killed
I
him.
don't
He
believe
drowned.
he drowned. I believe he was killed.
Wow.
But I'm a judge.
How you believe he was killed with no facts, bro? How you believe he was killed? When the autopsy came back and there's nothing on it to show the cause of death. It just says, still pending investigation. Come on now. How could you say he was murdered? Who murdered him, Judge? Who? Where's the witnesses? Where's the clues? Where's the DNA? Where's the leads? Where is it? Because at this point, you guys are falsely accusing his friends. And that's wrong, man. We love to talk about, oh, there's so many innocent black men in prison who never committed the crime, but they doing the time. Well, y'all doing the same thing to some white boys. Y'all saying that the white boys did it with no proof.
Of this and who killed her son. I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed. But I'm a judge that has to weigh all the evidence preliminarily.
You didn't weigh the
That's what
evidence.
I see. You don't leave your friend on an island, seeing that he has left his phone.
Listen, I could leave whoever I want to leave anywhere. If he stayed there and he died, that's his problem, bro. How you gonna blame me if I want to go home and you don't want to go home? You don't want to go home. I got to go to work tomorrow. You want to stay here to get some vagina. Bro, I'm out. I'm not responsible for you at that point because I offered you a ride back. If I offer you a ride back in the car, you refuse to go, you end up dying at the club, I don't want to hear your mama and dad looking at me like, why you ain't take my son? Why? You supposed to be his friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. That has nothing to do with me, fam. Don't blame me for your son's death. Don't put that on me. And that's what y'all trying to do to his friends. His friends got nothing to do with his death.
And now at least go back. You came there with him. You left him there, you say, because he wanted to stay. But you know...
You see this? You left him there. They didn't leave him there. He wanted to stay. What do you want from them? Bro, if Nolan makes a decision to stay on an island, he is adult. He's an adult. He's 18. My eldest daughter just turned 18. Just turned 18. July 18th. She just turned 18. You know what that means? That means she got to get her shit together. No cap. I'm going to have some real talks with her. Real grown folk talk. Ain't no games now. When you go out there in them worlds and you 18, they ain't looking at you like no little kid no more. You know? You get caught up in anything, you 18, oh, you charge as an adult. Not no kid. Nolan was a young man. And he made a decision to go with a white girl. He made a decision to stay back. If his friends leave, they don't got nothing to do with his death. They already left. So why y'all blaming them?
That he's left his phone. How was he gonna get home in the first place? Wouldn't he need his phone in
No.
order to call his transportation?
You can't call transportation on an island, you dumb judge. How could you call for... Bro, are you listening, bro? Are you hearing what this... Listen to this crazy judge.
Don't you notice that he's left his phone? How was he gonna get home in the first place? Wouldn't he need his phone in order to call his transportation?
What?
Or they should have known some of that. He would have said, I'm going...
How could he call for transportation on an island that don't have no service? He gonna get an Uber? So you mean they got Uber on the water? So if I'm on an island, I could call Uber.
to get home by such and such way. When you, hey man, I'm not coming. Y'all go ahead. I got a young lady. Okay, man. Is she gonna bring you home? How you gonna get home? You don't ask any of those questions?
See, you guys can't see what he did. He's making it seem like Nolan was on an island by himself with a woman and nobody else was there. You had hundreds of boats, thousands of people were there. He could easily jump on another boat to head on back to the mainland and do what he needed to do. Ain't no telling what happened out there. A freak accident, the kid is dead. It is what it is. Y'all blaming his friends like they were the only ones out there, like they killed them and left them there. That's what they doing. They lying, man.
So you must have asked those questions. If you didn't, that's more evidence that I believe contributed to the reasonable suspicion. So I'm with the prosecutor. How about that?
Reasonable
so
suspicion.
So you don't have to say that the judge is
This guy's a fool.
making conclusions without getting the evidence. The prosecutor has found enough evidence to create a reasonable suspicion that a crime occurred.
What
And now
crime?
they're going to interview everybody and come up with some answers on whether to indict. So I'm there with the prosecutor so far. Take it to the grand jury. Now I have to wait until what the grand jury comes back
This
with.
man is crazy.
Before I support any charge or any lack of charges.
So you feel like it was foul play?
It's somebody's birthday
yes,
today?
It doesn't make sense.
It's somebody's birthday today? Hold on, I don't know if somebody said today's their birthday. Is it somebody's birthday today? Oh, you said you'll be 33 July 27th. Okay. Somebody's birthday. Naja's birthday was July 9th. Happy belated. Happy belated. Shout out to everybody that have a birthday. Yeah, an Uber boat. I didn't know. I don't know. Do they have that? Do they have Uber boats? I don't know. Maybe there's somebody sitting in a boat waiting to pick people up every night. I don't know who's doing that, but that would be kind of dangerous if you ask me. But I wouldn't do that.
And it creates a presumption when you don't have an explanation and someone ends up dead, and you hear contradictory or stories that really aren't credible because they make no
Your
sense.
story not
And you hear the
credible.
same story from three people. Who knows? They may have told 2 or 3 different stories. We don't know. We will know when that grand jury comes back. So
Yeah, he's smoking
that's the
something.
case in that scenario.
Do you feel like the person who had Nolan's phone should face charges? It's a lot of people out there that feel that way.
Well, they only know he had it. Well, did he try and keep it? And did the mother just discover? I think that's what we found. The mother discovers it. The question is, how long after did she have to chase down the phone, if you will?
This is crazy.
Was it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Perhaps if it happened within hours of them returning, then maybe you do give a little grace there. But if it happened a day or two, suddenly, I got to chase down the phone.
Even if the kid had the phone for a week, you cannot criminally, you can't criminally charge somebody with a crime because they had a cell phone. You need to have evidence that a crime was committed, dummy. That's crazy. Like, for example, today I did a video. I'll have it uploaded like later on or in the morning. I did a video out in the park. And while in the park, I noticed somebody left their keys. I don't know if they left their car key. It looked like a car key. But they probably forgot their key on the bench. And I didn't touch it. I figure they'll probably come back and remember. I always tell people, when you find something, leave it. If it's like a cell phone, then you could return it to like the store. Like, let's say it's in a store, convenience store. You bring it up and let them know, hey, somebody left their phone. Or if somebody left a credit card in a gas station, bring it inside the gas station with the people and let them hold it. Because that happened already out here in North Carolina. I went to go put gas in the truck and went to put my card inside the machine. And no, I was using tap and pay. And it's not working. I'm like, why the hell is not working? What the hell wrong with this machine? So I'm typing. I'm like, this damn machine don't work. So I go to put my card in the machine. Somebody had a card in there already. Somebody's debit card was in the machine. I'm like, oh, snap. Yo, somebody's whole life is in my hand. So I'm like, okay, let me go in the store. And I went in the gas station to go return it. And then another SUV pulled up right behind where my truck was. And I was like, I noticed they looked like they weren't getting gas. So I ran back outside, and a lady was coming out of the truck. I said, did you lose a card? She was like, yes, I lost my debit card. And I was like, I got it right here. I was just about to go inside and return it in there. She's like, oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm searching all over. She left her card. People forget things, guys. People forget their car keys, their cell phone, their debit card. I forgot my cell phone at Home Depot. Do you understand me? And watch this. The phone was open. I was watching a YouTube video while picking up some soil, doing lawn care, and forgot the phone and went and drive off and I'm out. I'm gone. I rushed back to the store, bro. I had the phone sitting on the top. It was still playing the video. I was like, man, somebody would have had access to everything, bro. They could have cleaned out accounts, all that, because it was open. People forget things. It doesn't mean a crime was committed. Those were Nolan's buddies. Why would you kill him and keep his phone, guys? Does that make sense? Would any of you kill somebody and hold on to their cell phone? Are you that dumb? Knowing that a cell phone could be tracked? Everybody know a cell phone could be tracked, guys. These teenagers today are very smart. Everybody know that. Everybody know a cell phone could be tracked. So why would you kill somebody and hold on to their cell phone? Well, that's dumb. So they weren't doing that to be like a crime took place. They figure Nolan is coming back.
Then yes, that's additional reason to be suspicious. It causes reasonable suspicion.
No, it don't.
And yeah, so I think those are the factors, and those are all the things that's going to come out in the investigation.
Nothing's
How
coming
did she
out.
find out where his phone was? How long did it take her to find it out? What was the reaction once she went to retrieve the?
Listen, just because you guys are accusing these kids of having his phone, first of all, you would have to prove that they were on his phone, meaning that they went in his phone. If that is not so, if they never went in his phone, you can't charge them with anything in terms of tampering. Then now you might be able to get them. If they tried to crack his phone, get in his phone, or got in his phone and started removing text messages and this and that, then you could tag them. But if they never got in his phone or anything and they were just holding on to the phone, and nowadays you got phones, fam, you lift up somebody's phone and they're not in front of the phone, their phone takes pictures of you. There's all sorts of tech. You try to log into somebody's phone and it's not your phone, there's security and apps that'll start taking pictures and recordings of you while you holding the phone. So who would be a dummy to play around with a phone, bruh? If I found somebody's phone in a store, I would literally be like, hey, matter of fact, this happened already. In Lowe's, there was a cell phone sitting. So I saw the cell phone and I saw 3 people. I'm not gonna say the ethnicity because I don't want nobody getting offended. Because if I say the ethnicity of the group and I say it looked like they were trying to steal it, you're gonna be offended. So I'm not gonna say who. But let's just say I was there, I saw the phone, I saw a group, 3 people, they were trying to steal the phone. They were hoping that I would move so they could pick it up. So I stood there and act like I'm looking for something. And they talking in their language, right? Who cares? I understand their language, right? So I'm listening. I'm hearing they talking about the phone. So I already know they want to steal the phone. So I told my wife, go call one of the store people. So she called the lady. So the lady come by and I said, yeah, it's right there. So she looked at the phone. She's like, wow, thanks. It's one of the workers' phones. You know what I mean? They were trying to steal the phone. You know what it is? You try to steal one of the workers' phones from Lowe's, bro, you going to jail. You going to jail. When I was working at the 9 to 5, my work phone, if you're a regular person and you find a work phone and you steal it, you going to jail. That's a major situation. You don't want to fall in that. It's best you just give that phone back. You'll get arrested and charged with a felony. No doubt about it. So who would steal a phone knowing that it could be tracked, you could be recorded, all of that stuff?
Or the police went to retrieve the phone. Those are the answers that have come in this.
No police retrieved the phone. The woman, Christine, said that her friend or sister, she was the one who went and got the phone. So stop lying, talking about police. Ain't no police retrieved anything, you liar. Listen to what he said.
Take her to find it out. What was the reaction once she went to retrieve the phone or the police went to retrieve the phone? Those are the answers that have come in this further grand jury investigation.
With all the information you know, right, what do you personally think happened to him?
Well, if they say there was an argument, they say they left him there.
They gossip.
Without him telling them how
Gossip.
he's getting home. They said it was, I don't know if they said it was an altercation, but others say that it was an altercation.
He's listening to gossip.
I guess we'll wait and see if that's the case. But if that was the case, the question becomes who was the altercation with? And it could be that his buddies just punked out and fled.
Punked
They may
out?
have seen a fight
What?
and left him. And now they're scared to admit they punks.
So he's saying that Nolan was in the fight?
That's far-reaching, but I believe there was foul play. I don't
How?
know how it may have occurred, but for his...
He believed there was foul play, right? Right? But yet you got Crump. Crump, remember what Crump said? That the law enforcement in them was like, oh, they ruled out foul play. And he was like, why would they do that? But yet Mathis is saying he see foul play. So why is it okay for Mathis to see foul play? But when it comes to the law enforcement, the people that saw the body first before anybody, and law enforcement is trained to look at the crime scene, and they ruled out foul play, why they're not allowed to say that? And that's their profession.
For his phone to be left in the boat, obviously, or
that's dumb, man.
Retrieved, rather, and taken in the boat. There's something nefarious about that.
No, it's not.
So I'm not going to guess and say whether I think they've committed a crime. I'm going to say it's reasonable suspicion to believe that they've committed a crime.
He's making up stories,
based on
man.
The narrative and the evidence.
What evidence?
So far.
You believe it was racial bias in the investigation?
Yes.
What?
Oh, absolutely. Because our life is less valuable to the larger community, to white folks.
What? Do you see the racist words he just... Bro, he just got up and said that... He said, yes, he agreed with the host and said that a black life don't really matter to white people. What that have to do? Yo, y'all gotta really be careful who y'all listening to on social media, man. That's why I don't hold up none of these black folk as leaders. I'm my own leader, fam. I'm my leader. I don't need none of these damn ninjas about, oh, they leading the black community. Get the heck out of here, man. These people are racist, man.
You believe it was racial bias in the investigation?
Yes. Oh,
wow.
Absolutely. Because our life is less valuable to the larger community, to white folks.
What?
We devalue black men. They devalue our community in general and neglect to give the type of attention to the victimization, crime victims in our community.
What? What? Bro, in your community, the black community is nothing but black on black crime. That's not for the white man to be worried about. White man don't care about that. That's not for him to care about. That's for you to care about and solve. White people's job is not to be worrying about Pookie and Ray Ray killing one another. The white man care about what's going on in his community. Go into the white man community and start selling drugs and see what happened. See what happened. Do you know in the community where I live at, you just can't move here? You just can't move here. No, you can't. Oh, no. They do all kinds of checks. You got to have a certain status. You got to make a certain amount. You can't have no criminal record. They ain't playing. They don't want no thugs, drug dealers, felon, prison inmate dudes. No. They screen the people. Call it what you wanna, but they ain't playing. Imagine you live in a community and you find out that house on the corner, they selling drugs there. And you a white man. You got your kids in your house now. Your kids. You're known in the community. You know Bill right here. You know Marjorie. You know Patrick down the block. Y'all part of the HOA. And this house over here is a trap house. They selling drugs. What y'all gonna do? Them people won't be there no more. The white man, watch this. The white man will get rid of the drug dealers in the community ASAP. Whereas in the black community, the black man could sell drugs in the projects and nobody care. Nobody care. Police would be at the house of the person selling drugs in a white community. All them folks will band together. The white man will go to everybody's house and be like, yo, did y'all see anything suspicious going on? Yes, I saw it by that house, right? Yeah, I noticed there's something going on by that house. You with it? Yeah, man. All right, so I'm going to call the law. We're going to pretty much do what we got to do because we got to get them out of here. We can't have that in our community. We don't want drugs around our kids. Next minute, their kids is on drugs. That's how it start, fam. That's how the crack epidemic was, man. You see that? This is crazy, man. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
To the larger community, to white folks. We devalue black men. They devalue our community in general and neglect to give the type of attention to the victimization, crime victims in our community.
This is sad.
And this is no more different. You know, Mississippi really has a bad reputation, and this once again is reinforcing it. And
do you see how he's projecting racism? Mississippi has a bad reputation. He's just talking about white people, bro. He's blaming white people for Nolan's death, bro. Y'all don't think this is sick? This is racism right here. He's being racist towards whites.
They get to the bottom of there's going to be another black eye. Emmett Till. Medgar Evers.
Bro.
Now this.
They
Nolan
always...
Wells. I think.
Bro, now they saying now this, so they crown Nolan a black man. Why do black folk keep going in the past, bro? My goodness, man. This is sick.
It may have been Alabama, but the 3 civil rights college students that were killed.
Oh, boy.
I think it was Mississippi.
This is sad, bro.
So in that case, Warner, Goodman, and Cheney, two Jews and a black man. And so I think that might have been in Mississippi. Nonetheless, it's in that same region.
Think about this judge and all the people he judged as guilty when this man is clearly racist. He's clearly racist, guys. Think about all the convictions made by this judge. And this is how he feel about white people.
Yeah, and one more thing. You know, most upper income black folks live in predominantly white communities because that's what upper income is. And white suburbs of America, the bordering towns or suburbs. And that's where all the rich folks are. And
listen, let me break this thing down because I came from the projects out here. I came from the projects of Brooklyn, New York, and I moved into a way, way better environment. I didn't move out here because I want to be around white folk. I didn't move out here because I think I'm better than anybody. I moved out here because I want my daughters to have a better opportunity. Do you understand me? I want peace. I want quiet. I don't want to hear or see no crime. I don't want to see no drugs. I don't want to see no gangs. And that's the price it costs to live that way. It have nothing to do with white folk being rich. It have nothing to do with white folk being better than everybody. It have nothing to do with, white community, because white people struggle just like black people struggle. White people got to pay bills, mortgage, rent, car notes, all that crap. They got to buy food. They got to struggle just like you. Do you understand me? When you move and you want to move to a nice area, it have nothing to do with, the area is nice because white people are there. No. The area is nice because civilized human beings live there. not white people. Because there's a lot of areas that have white people that there's problems. You got white people arguing with white people. I seen white people pull guns on white people in the South. I seen a couple of rednecks pull out some guns on some other white guys that was in their car. So all that stuff about racist, this and that, white folk be beefing with white folk in the South. Just because somebody's white doesn't mean they get along with white folk. There's a lot of types of white folk. See, the problem with black people think that everybody that's white is the same. There's different classes of white people. There's different kinds of white people. Do you understand? You got white folk from the North who come down to the South that think a certain way, and they don't like the white folk out here. You understand? You got rednecks that think a certain way that may not like a certain type of white man or white woman, and they beefing. You got some white folk that don't like black people. You got some white folk that do like black people. You got black people that don't like white people. You got black people that don't like black people. I don't got no time for none of that mess. That's why I like being by myself. I talk when need be. I talk when a neighbor talk. I talk when I walk past people, but I don't hate people just because of who they are. I don't do that. What this man is spreading is hate. You got people mad at me because I'm speaking truth about this case. I'm the only one speaking truth. And I'm not one of those folks that are, oh, justice for Nolan Wells. I'm not with none of that garbage. Because nobody did nothing to him. His family is hustling y'all, man. Nobody murdered that kid. Right is right and wrong is wrong, man. They've been prolonging this damn case forever. And they ain't got no suspects. But they accusing people because they're white.
To that extent, rich black folks, that's where they're going to be if they want to live the highest quality of life. Those living the highest quality of life, those are the folks who have the most money. So those with the most money should live the highest quality of life. So to that extent, however...
So if that's the way you think, Judge, then basically what you're saying is black people, if they are pretty much economically at the bottom, living in the slums and the projects, then they're not living good. So by your own admission, black people living around black people is because they're not economically at a level where they could live in a decent community. So you know that the black community is in shambles, but you're not talking about that. Instead, you're talking about whites and blacks, right? I'm telling you, they know the problems in the black community. It's just that they don't care.
You see a very small number of black folks living in rich areas or with white kids, period, growing up with white kids. And in the instance of my children, for example, they grew up prosperous, of course. And when we left Detroit, thank God they were in the 9th and 10th grade, so they were already stable with regard.
You see this? His kids live in the good neighborhoods, in the white man neighborhood. His kids live around the white folk. But yet he talking all negative about the white folk. His kids are able to live good because of his success, but he looks down on the blacks that are living in the ghetto. He know good and well that he's around white folk. If he have such a problem with white folk, why he living around them? If he believe all these people are racist, why he live around them?
Their perspective on the world, because in LA, La La Land, you lose perspective of what's happening on the real world. You're kind of isolated, and they have different values, and their lifestyles are different. So in my case with my sons, 90% of their friends were black during their grade 6 through when we left Detroit, 9th through 12. However, they had been strengthened and undergirded with African-American history, all black schools in Detroit up into the 9th grade.
You see what he doing?
So they maintained themselves. And
he's basically trying to say, my kids are still black. My kids are still black, Yeah, we live in a white community. We're around Becky and the white ladies and the white men. But I taught my kids about, civil rights movement and black history. They're black. They're still black. Even though they're around white people.
They were, but they saw so many other black kids who attached themselves to a lifestyle that was pretty much excluded anything from our culture. And when you get in that position, you think that they're accepting you. Sometimes you are the entertainment. I remember I had to tell my son
What?
because he was the most popular kid in school,
What?
in an all-white school.
So your son was the most popular kid in the white school? Stop the cap. Stop the cap, fam. Your son was not the most popular kid in the white school? Nah. In a white school, the popular kid is normally them dudes that are the athletes, the football guys that are on the football team, basketball team, the dude that got the high grades, the techs, those particular dudes, the ones that excel in academia, they're at the top of the totem pole. They're pretty much the popular guys. Your son was not the popular kid in school. Stop lying. And if he was, it probably had to do because you're his father, and it makes you feel proud to know that your kids is in the white school and everybody know him because of you. But aside from you, your son ain't nobody.
And he'd tell me the interactions, how they would occur. And so I would say, don't you let them turn you into no cowboy, where you're able to be the bad guy who everybody likes. That's what cowboys are. The bad guy, and everybody likes him, though. I said, no, don't you be that. You be the leader of that pack, and you show them, bring them over into black culture as opposed to being in there. They're already in black culture with our fashion and with our clothes and with our music.
What?
So that's.
Do you see the racism? Do you see the racist things? He's saying white people are already in our fashion, our clothing, our music, bro. Why are you saying these things, bro? Picture a white person saying these things. Y'all would call them racist, but y'all not calling Judge Mathis a racist?
That was my feelings about going to a overwhelming majority white school and overwhelming majority white friends. You got to be cautious there.
Yeah.
What? Did y'all hear that? He's saying if you're black, you got to be cautious if you're around predominantly white people. Really? Man, that's crazy. So you telling me that if I'm working for a company and majority of them people that are employed are white, I should quit. I should quit because it don't make no sense. Right? So I should be afraid of white people, right? Because they going to kill me. Is that what it is, white people? To all my white people that's out there, is he speaking the truth? That as a black man, I need to be afraid? Oh my goodness. I don't even want to go to the DMV. Because if there's too many white people there, they might try to kill me. There's a tree over there too. I can't go. Come on, honey, we gotta go. Why? Look, it's all white people. I'm the only black guy here at the DMV. Look, they're looking at us. We should go. They're gonna kill us. That's how they think, guys. That's the message that they're planting in black youth. Think about how many young black teenagers is listening to this goofy judge talking like this.
Sounds like his friends wasn't really his friends, unfortunately.
Well, a lot of times that's the case. Maybe they
Wow.
once again.
He said the friends wasn't the friends.
Form of I'm hanging. I'm cool because I got the brother with me, or he's all right, and we'll let him hang, but we ain't bringing him over for dinner. I'd like to hear that. How often he went to dinner with those children's at those children's home.
Listen, let me explain something. When I was in junior high, I went to an all-white junior high school, all-white high school. I lived in the black community, but for whatever reason, I guess because of the area of the block where I live, the zone in school that they sent me to was an all-white school. although I had black friends that went to the school was predominantly white. And pretty much most of the friends I hung out with, they were white. I had more white friends than black friends at school. I had Asian friends. Anybody that could play basketball, we cool. You had white boys that knew how to shoot. It is what it is. We were cool. They knew how to ball. So, hey, it is what it is. The Asian kids, they knew how to draw. So I hang with them. Anybody that's an artist and know how to draw, whatever the case is, I always rock with them because we used to have drawing battles at lunchtime and stuff like that, or in art class. But the whole point that he's saying is that like you can't have white friends. My white friends came over my house. They came over in the hood. I went to their house. Matter of fact, my first time ever in the history of life, lift my hands up, no cap, going to a house with a swimming pool. I'm talking about upstairs, downstairs, 2-story, 3-story homes with a bathroom that was larger. Bro, when I went to these dudes' house, his mom's was a lawyer, dad a doctor. I went to this little mini mansion out there in Bensonhurst somewhere. First time ever being in a house. Never seen a house, never been in a house as a teenage kid. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I said, this is how you living? He's like, yeah. I said, why is your ceiling so high? I'm looking up. It's like a 16, 20-foot ceiling. I'm dumbfounded. I never seen this before. I said, could I use the bathroom? He said, sure, go right there. That door right there. I go into the bathroom. I walk in. The bathroom at his house was bigger than the living room where I was at when I was a kid. I'm talking about the living room with my bedroom and the kitchen combined is his bathroom. And that's the downstairs bathroom. This bathroom had jacuzzi, shower, double toilets, a urinal, a big old sink that goes from one end all the way to the rest, high ceiling. The floor had a drain, like the drain is on the floor. So if you're trying to clean your bathroom, you don't gotta waste time mopping. All you gotta do is just hose the bathroom down, scrub it with a scrubber and hose it down. It just goes down the drain. It got several drainage I'm like, classy, clean. I never seen that before. So when those white boys came to my crib, they were in shock. They saw 8-foot ceiling apartments. They were like claustrophobic. I was like, this is what I got. They didn't diss me. They didn't judge. It is what it is. Those are my buddies. But their parents was racist. Their parents was racist. But the sons, they weren't. They were cool. You know? It was like, oh, my mom and my pops, man, they don't like black people, man. They used to always tell us the reason why we provided this life for you is to get you away from those N-words. That's how they used to talk. And they used to tell me the word straight up, talk straight. I always told them, don't be afraid to talk. Like when you're around me, be real. You know, don't hide nothing. Don't do none of that goofy stuff. And they said they nothing like their parents. And I believe them. You know what I'm saying? And we were cool. But this guy's making it seem like if you hang around white folk that they planning on killing you. You know? Yeah, the 80s and 90s was the best time in history. Anybody that grew up in the 80s and 90s, you grew up in the best time. I mean, even if you were poor, even if you struggled, it doesn't matter. We're the only generation that had a childhood. We're the only generation that had a childhood, man. These kids today don't have no childhood, man. It's crazy out here, bro. It is crazy. We had a real childhood. We played real games, real fun, freeze tag, hide and go seek, blind man bluff, steal a bacon. We had fun. Water balloons, going outside with the fire hydrant, wetting everybody, playing with the water. Everybody had fun. Today, ain't no fun.
Often he hung out with them because I've noticed that as well. You don't bring them to your home for the most part.
What?
To socialize. In the workplace, it's the same thing. You see white folks socializing with each other at their dinner parties, but they don't invite the black executives to their homes for dinner
This is
parties.
sick.
I know this to be a fact. And secondly, the most precious day of the week is the most racist day of the week, or the most racial division, and that is Sunday, God's day. And so there's a lot of dichotomy that goes on with being embraced by white folks. And the question is that a limited embrace or is that a full embrace?
So let me ask you this, right? You being a judge with all the information you know, how would you address this?
Well, what I would do is, first of all, bring in the finest attorney I could find that loves black people. So, in that sense,
You see what he just said? First thing he would do is bring in an attorney that loves black people. I told you, when they took this case of this Nolan Wells case, they painted Nolan Wells as a black kid when he's not. He's Filipino. His mother is Filipino. He's not an African American. That man that's with that man that Christine is with, that's the stepdaddy. Nobody don't know who Nolan's father is. He's Filipino, guys. He don't look nothing like a so-called African American. You could see the Filipino on him. You could see it. And I already done told you, you have a lot of Filipinos that are brown. You have a lot of them that are brown skin. But y'all think, oh, he's black. No, he's not. He's not. That's why he don't have the last name of Mr. Wansley. That's why he don't have his last name. Because that's not his father.
He's going to be compassionate about pursuing the truth because he loves black people.
That's sad.
There.
That's racism.
And then loves justice for black people. And knowing with the knowledge of the injustice that we have in the criminal justice system. So I want someone who's familiar with that. And I think they made the best selection, and that's my dear friend, Ben Crump.
Boom!
And
his dear friend, Ben Crump. I told you he's a sellout. He said Ben Crump is his dear friend. So you already know he been compromised. He been compromised, guys. He just said it there. Let me rewind it back in case you didn't hear it. Judge Mathis confessed that Ben Crump is his dear friend.
Of the injustice that we have in the criminal justice system. So I want someone who's familiar with that. And I think they made the best selection, and that's my dear friend, Ben Crump. And the reason being is because, once again, the commitment. And how would I assist him in the case? I guess as I'm doing now, talking to him, but the objective would be to get it in front of the grand jury, and Ben's done that. And we're going to get all the interviews and testimony and come back and see what the prosecutor does. If the prosecutor makes the indictment, as they do 90% of the time.
Indictment against who? Indictment against who? You just can't indict people because you want to. You got to have evidence that a crime was committed. This guy's an idiot.
Case goes in front of the grand jury. Let's see here. Let's see there what happens. That's what I would be looking for.
Let's see what happens. Judge Mathis, great interview, very insightful. Definitely got to bring you back on. Before we end the interview, let the people know what you got going on.
We don't need to let the people know what he got on. got going on. We don't have to hear none of that mess. Think about this, guys. This man's sitting here with a Gucci shirt, right? Expensive Gucci shirt, lives in the white community with the rich. He don't live around black folk. No. He lives around wealthy white folk. Those are the kind of people he loves to be around. But he's online lying and spreading rumors, and he said he's helping Crump by making those videos. So this is crazy, man. This is some sick stuff here. Absolutely sick. But people gonna follow it because they believe in these lies. These people lie all the time, man. This lying demon, Judge Mathis, breaks his silence on Nolan. It's a good thumbnail. This is sad, man. But those are the real sellouts in the black community. A lot of y'all watch my content. Y'all be like, oh, you a sellout. Sellout of what? I ain't making no money. How am I a sellout? I got people, they waiting for me to die. They want me to be homeless. They be trying to, I guess, make people think I'm a bad person. I don't know what the heck they have, but none of that stuff works. People still watch me because I'm good at what I do. I'm not in support of Nolan Wells' family. I don't know why people keep thinking that I'm fighting for some sort of justice for Nolan Wells. I'm not fighting for no justice for him because nobody killed him. He died in a freak accident, guys. We got to accept it for what it is. Ben Crump and his team is dragging this thing on and on and on and on, rather than just saying, look, man, he died. It is what it is. He's just trying to get paid, man. No, there's nobody killed this kid, bro. Nobody killed this kid. If somebody killed Nolan, bro, I'll be on the front line defending and seeking justice. But in this case, there's no evidence, y'all. Nothing. There's nothing there. I'm not going to sit around accusing people of killing somebody when there's no evidence there of something possibly happening. Now, in the case of Ashley Janae, that white man was with her. They had an argument. They claimed they were separated. Then she ended up dead. Nah, somebody killed her, bro. Somebody killed that woman, bro. But what they do, they brushed it under the carpet and let the white man walk. In that case, that man's a suspect, man. But did they do any investigation? No. They didn't investigate nothing. They just let her lose her life and didn't care. In this case with Nolan, there's no evidence, man. There's no video. There's no DNA. If somebody, listen, man, if somebody harmed Nolan, bro, there would be all sorts of DNA, evidence. Something would be there. Criminals and killings, there's always something left behind. That's why investigators are able to investigate, because anytime somebody commit a crime, a murder, a shooting, a stabbing, there is always a fingerprint. There's always a hair follicle, something that tie you to the crime scene. You're going to always leave back something, But in this case here, man, there is nothing, because nobody did nothing to that kid, bro. I don't know when they're going to listen. But anyway, guys, I'm going to pretty much get up on out of here. This is crazy, man. He said that he said Ben Crump is his dear friend, y'all. Dear friend. That's a serious situation when somebody's your dear friend. That means that they hang out together. That's sad, man. But anyway, guys, I got to go edit these videos that I got to upload. and whatnot. And be sure to subscribe to my Ringo TV Raw channel. I'm gonna be uploading videos there too. So make sure you subscribe over there. I'm gonna get that channel rolling as well. I'm gonna start uploading a lot of videos over there. So be sure to subscribe to the Ringo TV Raw channel as well as this channel over here. If you like my content, guys, you think I'm doing a good job, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hype the video when it's done, if you can, because I don't know if you ran out of hypes, because I'm hearing some feature called hype that helps the channel to grow, but you only get a certain amount or something like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna pretty much continue to talk about this. I got a lot of other videos I gotta make. A lot of people are grifting, a lot of liars. We're gonna debunk all these lies. I'm only focusing on my content, fam. I'm not focusing on no stupid stuff. So you know, I don't got no time for all that goofy stuff with people, fam. I don't got no time for that, bro. All I'm focusing on is my content, building up my audience, building up my momentum, and keep this thing rolling. You know what I mean? Like straight up. So I'm gonna go get me something to eat. It is what it is. You know? Man. You know, I ain't have no McDonald's, bro, and man. Let me see. Yeah, I ain't have no McDonald's in 2 months, bro. In 2 months, I ain't eat no McDonald's. None. So ever since I started the workout, bro, it's like, I don't know. It's like ever since I started the workout, I just stopped eating all that other stuff. I'm never stopped drinking my damn soda, bro. I like my soda. You know? But yeah, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Let me see. Is that Oh So Melanin? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that joined the show. Dolly. Let me see who we got here. Salam 5391. Karen Water. Salute Forever Studios. You got Naja. Who else we got? R_River. Maryland, what's going on? Shout out to everybody, man. If I didn't shout your name out, don't get mad. But shout out to everybody that is a member of the platform. We're gonna have more content. Check out that video that I made, guys, with I was talking about dating, you know, pretty much has become a conundrum. And how people are literally growing old. Make sure you check that video upload. I got another video that I got to come out with. It's going to get the women upset, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do, man. They always getting mad at me. I don't know why, but I'm going to kind of ruffle the feathers up a little bit. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to keep everything clean. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're talking to women, bro, you got to know how to communicate in order for a woman to understand and listen. So when I do my videos, I got to make sure that I'm doing them in a certain way so that women will listen rather than becoming defensive, you know? But I got an interesting video I got to talk about. I got to talk about it. So I know the ladies are going to get upset. They're going to get mad with me. They're going to be like, I'm unsubscribing. I cannot stand Ringo. They always doing that. They always saying they unsubscribing and whatnot. But hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. I gotta talk about these topics. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. And yeah, you know. Say you gotta be nice. Well, it's a certain way you gotta do, because women are emotional. And if you talk in a certain way, they can really be offended, like for real, you know, and they take it to heart. So you got to really know how to tread in a certain way where they can hear you out and not get defensive, like you taking personal shots. You know what I mean? I understand how to do that. You know what I mean? So I didn't always know how to. I used to be, man, I used to come online and go off, but over the years I improved as a content creator and understand how to communicate effectively to get my point across without causing people to just lose their minds, right? So it is what it is. So I'm gonna catch y'all later on. Be sure to look out for that upload. I might do the video in the house. I was gonna do it at the park, but I might just do it in the house and share my thoughts. It's really a good video. I gotta do it, ladies. I gotta do it. I know you're gonna get mad. Y'all gonna get mad, but I still gotta do the video. But you're gonna learn something from it. It's gonna be very, very educational. You may disagree with me, but I think on this one, I think the way I'm gonna approach this topic, I think more women are gonna agree. I think they're gonna agree with me this time, because normally they don't. Normally women don't agree with nothing I say, fam. They be like, well, I respect your position, but I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. You're gonna agree when I talk about this. You're gonna agree. Cause I ain't gonna give you no room to hide with this one. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna ruffle the feathers up, but I'm gonna make you agree. Watch. I'm gonna make women agree with me with this next video. They're gonna say I don't agree, but I agree. Or they're gonna say we could agree to disagree. That's what they're gonna say, man. So I'm out, man. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. It is what it is. I gotta go get something to eat, man. I'm gonna make some scrambled eggs, bro. I feel for some scrambled eggs with toast. Scrambled eggs with toast with some turkey. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let's go, bro. Scrambled eggs with some turkey. With some toast bread. I'm gonna go make that right now. So I'm out, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Forever Studios. Show Shao. Did Caramel Kim pull up? I don't think she did. But Sherelle showed up. Shout out to Sherelle. Salute to V-Dub, man. I know he out there working, taking care of business with the fam. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tracy. The mods. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody stopping by. All of those that came through, salute to you. CJ the Cat, what's going on? Yeah. We're going to get up on out of here, man. I'll be back with more. I got to do some uploads. It is what it is. Rivera says, I don't trust Nolan's mom and have no respect for her. She's a snake. There's just too many reasons I can't even get into it, but she started the whole race thing, and she started with the lies, evil. Yeah, I feel the same way. I agree with you 100%. People mad at me because I said F Nolan. They mad at that, guys. I don't care if anybody's mad at that, fam. You got to understand context. If you actually watch my video, right, you have to understand context of what I'm saying. You have a black man named Akin Liverpool that died, just like Nolan. And the black community don't care about it. I've brung awareness to that young black man's story. The black community said, F him. We don't care about him. We care about Nolan. So I said, F Nolan. They upset with me. I don't care if you upset. If you that mad and bitter, then don't watch my platform because I don't care. If you gonna say F brother Akin Liverpool death and F the black woman who was hanging on the tree and nobody cares about those stories, but you want me to ride for Nolan, I'm not, bro, because nobody killed them. Nobody killed that kid. So I'm not fighting for no justice for somebody that died in a freak accident. That's unfortunate for him. But if y'all gonna say F all these other people who died, then F Nolan Wells too. I don't care about him. You don't want to care about Akin Liverpool and he a black man too? But you want to say you riding for black people, but you're not riding for that black man that died who drowned? People pick and choose which stories they care about, fam. So I'm out, y'all. Y'all take care. We gonna be back with more videos, man. Let the haters continue to hate.